Okay, so basically, according to string theory and quantum physics, it states that there's an infinite number of dimensions, that the further out you go, it would prove that the dimensions will become more powerful. And if such a thing really does exist, where everything is infinite, in the sense that, you know, the universe, the galaxies, and energy cannot be destroyed, it only can be multiplied, it would state that, you know, there really is an infinite number of dimensions, because everything in the universe is accelerating, moving, and creating what is known as a multiplication on its energy cycle. So if everything moves to another dimension through like wormholes or black holes, if such a thing exists, like if that's how that works, then that would mean that energy is being transported from one dimension to another, and in between the universes and the parallel universes, if that is the case, would be like the fourth, the fifth, and etc. dimensions. But it would also question, you know, what line of depth and measurements are we adding on to the spectrum that we still would have to compromise, because like the third dimension, it's height, length, and depth. But what else are we adding to it, and how much further would it go into existence, and what it would mean for us if we were in the fourth dimension? It kind of would seem weird. But then again, you know, if you even if you left this planet, went inside the universe, it would be a different dimension, because space is weird, you know, to the way we perceive it, at least. So that would be completely interesting. So if the universe really is just one of the many possibilities out there, then how could we explain how we could have a parallel universe that could be infinite, that maybe it doesn't necessarily bisect with this universe, but it exists on a different scale, but like the energy is hidden and it could exist? It'd be like something like Metroid Prime 2, where like you had the planet Aether and they divided the energy cores, and you had the dark Aether and the light Aether, and sometimes you had to travel to the vice versa in order to solve a puzzle, so that way so you could travel back to the parallel universe of it, and then that puzzle and room would have changed because you solved something in the other world, because there was just a manifestation of that room from the dark side or the light side, depending on. So you had to use the portals to go back and forth between the worlds in order to make progress in between the planets, as you try to figure out how to restore the light particles to the light world from the dark world. Kind of interesting. Makes me wonder how space really does, what other mysteries lie beyond that.